When you land on the Diametrics homepage, you'll be greeted by a welcome video that gives you a brief introduction to our project. Diametrics is free to use, open source, and has been validated against established tools in the field. You'll also find comprehensive documentation, including tutorial videos, a frequently asked questions section, and detailed information on the theory and coding behind the metrics. To begin data analysis, navigate to the dashboard. The first step is to upload your continuous glucose monitoring files. We accept data directly as downloaded from manufacturers, so there's no need to convert or alter your files. We currently support Libre, Dexcom, and Medtronic. You can either click to select or drag and drop your CGM files into the designated upload area. Feel free to upload as many files as you need, though keep in mind that uploading a very large total file size may exceed what your browser can efficiently handle. Each file's name is important as it helps to create a unique identifier for your data within our system. Please ensure your file names are intuitive and distinguishable from one another. Once your files are uploaded, a list will appear below the upload area. Please review this list to confirm that all files are correctly uploaded and properly named. After your files are uploaded, you can use the options to select the specific CGM device used, the units of measurement, and the date-time format that matches your files. These settings help ensure that your data is interpreted correctly by our system. Once satisfied, click Next to move on to the next section. Once your CGM files are uploaded, you'll see an overview of the processed data. If any data is marked as unusable, the corresponding row is highlighted in red. As an example, I have uploaded a photo of a cat. Since this file is unusable, it will automatically be removed from further analysis. In this section, you can edit the start date time and the end date time columns to define the specific period you wish to analyse. For this case study, I'm setting a consistent start and end date spanning 56 days to ensure uniformity across the data. Whenever you make edits to these data fields, the number of days and data sufficiency columns will be updated automatically to reflect the changes. According to the international consensus on the use of continuous glucose monitoring, there should be a minimum of 2 weeks of data with 70 to 80% data sufficiency to perform meaningful analysis. Should either of these fields fall below these thresholds, they will be highlighted in orange as a caution, but you will still be able to proceed with your analysis. This setup ensures that all data meets the necessary criteria for a comprehensive and accurate analysis, allowing you to proceed confidently to the next steps. While using Diametrics, you have the option to fine-tune how your metrics are calculated, providing greater control over your data analysis. This section is not mandatory. If you would like to proceed with the standard metrics laid out in the international consensus, you can press Next to continue. In this section, you can choose from various interpolation methods to fill any missing data points. You can adjust the default times for the start and end of the day and night. You can introduce new percentage time in range measurements for glucose ranges that deviate from the standard parameters. This customization can be particularly useful for specialized studies or specific clinical observations. Finally, you can modify the default thresholds and durations for hypo and hyperglycemic episodes. In this example, we'll include an additional time in range from 5 to 15 millimoles per litre. This allows us to observe and analyse glucose levels within this specific range, providing further insight into the patient's glycemic control. In this section, you'll find a table displaying all the metrics of glycemic control recommended by the international consensus on the use of continuous glucose monitoring, as well as any additional metrics you customized in the previous section. Above the table, you'll notice several buttons. The first allows you to download the combined CGM data from all participants, providing a comprehensive dataset for analysis. The second button changes the measurement units, and the third divides the metrics into day and night times, which match the configurations in the analysis options. The table is interactive and gives you the ability to sort or filter the data based on specific columns. You can also remove columns with the toggle feature. When you are ready to download your data, The Export button will save the table exactly as it appears on your screen, preserving all your filters, sorting, and visibility sections. Below the table, two data visualizations add depth to your analysis. The first is a bar graph that displays each metric for every individual. The second is a box plot that demonstrates the distribution of each metric among the participants. The default is set to show time in range, but these are adjustable via the drop-down section on the right side of the page. These visualizations dynamically reflect any changes you make to the units or time period with the buttons at the top, ensuring that the graphical data remains consistent with the tabulated data. Further visualizations are available in the next section. In the Visualizations tab, you can dive deeper into your individual CGM files through three distinct figures. The first is the ambulatory glucose profile, which provides average glucose fluctuations for a 24-hour period. The second is a pie chart that displays the breakdown of time spent in standard glucose ranges, giving you a quick snapshot of glycemic control. The third figure is a comprehensive line graph that tracks the entire glucose trace, offering a complete overview of glucose levels throughout the study. You can tailor the visualizations to focus on specific data sets by changing the ID using the drop-down bar located in the top right of the tab. All figures within Diametrics are designed to be interactive, allowing you to zoom in for closer examination of your data and uncover finer details. All figures in Diametrics come with a toolkit accessible via the toolbar at the top right of each figure, enabling you to download and manipulate the visual data as needed. In the Advanced Analysis section, you will have the opportunity to conduct a detailed examination of specific periods within your data. To begin, you will upload a file that details the periods you want to investigate. This file must include the ID of the participant, the start and end times of the periods of interest, along with any optional labels that describe the context. In our case, this is the type of exercise, its intensity, and the time of day it occurred. Once your file is successfully uploaded and everything is in order, you'll see your data presented in a table format. From here, you can move on to selecting the specific periods you wish to analyse more closely. You can customize your analysis by using the range sliders and the checkboxes to include standard metrics for the periods of time you are interested in. For this example, we are going to use the sliders to include the periods 3 hours before and 3 hours after exercise for each exercise bout, divided into 1 hour intervals. When you're ready, click the Calculate Metrics button. This action will process your data and display the metrics of glycemic control for each specified period. Any changes you've previously set in the analysis options, like different times or thresholds, will be reflected in these metrics. The results will show under each participant's ID, along with the specific start dates, times, and any labels you've applied. As with the previous table, you can switch the units, sort, filter, and toggle the visibility of columns to best suit your viewing preferences. To conclude your analysis, you can download the metrics table by clicking the Export button. From here, you can upload your data into any statistical analysis platform to examine the metrics, perform detailed statistical analysis, or generate visualizations.